Hey, what's up, MSU YGO? Today we're here with our second place player at our 11th locals of the semester. Grant, what did you play today?
Today I played Unchained.
Cool.
So, for our core, we're running 3 of the red twin, Aruha, 3 of the red dog. These are great to see. You want to see at least one in your opener usually. This one's a little bit better, but they're both really good. 1 of the blue twin and 1 of the blue dog. They're necessary. Blue dog more so than the twin. You hate drawing them, but you need to play them. 1 of the purple twin and 1 of the abominable Unchained Soul. This is really good for disruption on your opponent's turn if you can set up a twin with your end board. Also for breaking boards. This is very standard Unchained. I'm not doing anything spicy with this one. We're rocking 3 of the Rhoda. Again, nothing crazy. We got 3 of the Escape and 3 of the Abominable Unchained, Abominable Chamber of the Unchained. That's Chamber. I kind of want to drop this down to 2 and play the continuous spell in its place, like so I have a 3-2-1 ratio. I have to test that out, but that's what I would do, I think. For supplementary Fiend engines, we are got 3 Tour Guide and 1 Fiendish Rhino Warrior, and we have 3 Dark Contract and 1 Requiem. All the engines in this deck are kind of like at a 3-to-1 ratio. You play 3 good card and 1 bad card, 3 good card, 1 bad card, 6 good card and like 2 bad card. You kind of just have to do it. This deck's it's like bricky in really weird ways, you know? In my match against the guy who got first and third game, I just didn't draw a label. Kind of a problem with the deck, but it is what it is. Let's try and fix that problem. We've got 3 Prospe, 3 Triple Tactics Thrust. This card, really good. Really good. Reprint this one, please. 3 Thrust. The best part is that if you get a hand trap, it's just an extender. It's crazy. 1 Talons just as a thrust target. We've got 1 Harpies because we have Rescue Ace in our locals and I want to be ready for it. This is the only sus pick I think in the main deck is the Herald of the Abyss. But I really liked having it. Sometimes it just outs a monster, sometimes it baits people into playing into Talents, and sometimes it just outs a Noir. For our hand traps, main deck, we've only got 6. We've got 3 Ash and 3 Imperms, only the good ones. We got more on the board, but these are just really solid going first or second.
Very, very nice.
All right.
Let's keep that all up.
This is very standard. It's 42 main, and it's not really doing anything special.
Is there any other cards besides the continuous spell you'd like to add in?
Not really. I feel like this deck's kind of solved at this point.
They're not crazy. They don't need the cards. They're gonna get sold off.
No, I think that's pretty solid ratios.
Makes sense, makes sense. Let's see that extra deck.
We've got 2 Yama. I've never been convinced you need the 3rd one, so we're only running 2. 2 Rage. That's pretty standard. Sometimes people run 3 of this, but I don't think you need 3. 1 of this, just to link out with your opponent's monsters. This is your answer to Flu, because this deck does not have a good time against Flu. This card, also really good. Really good. You're making this usually with the Unchained Soul of Rage. You're almost never making this on your turn. Muckraker, this is how you play through Nibiru. And also, like, if you draw weird hands with, like, the blue dog in it and you don't want to summon it off the trap, you can go this card to discard it to grab something else. Usually that happens going second. Unicorn, I've never actually made it with this deck. This is the next card I would cut. It just doesn't really come up. I feel like if I fought a lot more branded than I do right now, this would be a lot better. But right now, it just doesn't really do anything. I would consider cutting this if there were better slots to think of the extra. Griffin, I have never summoned Griffin to this day. I have had the opportunity, but it's never been the best play. It's just not good. And Underworld Goddess, this does occasionally come up, but I have not summoned it yet. It comes up less because I'm playing the Herald main deck, but it's fine. Usually these are the 3 cards you're prospeing away. You really only make these against like hyper-specific matchups, and we don't really see that a lot. They're locals, but you know, it's going to be prepared for it. If I had to pick any 3 cards to cut, it would be these 3. But there's really nothing better you can be playing in the slots. We've got 2 Caesar. It's good. The second one doesn't come up very much, but every now and again it does. I feel like that's a lot of cards in the extra. This card, crazy, amazing. What you can do with Caesar is if it sits in the graveyard, you can grab the Dark Contract from your deck and just make this. Plus on your turn 1, if you have like the Dark Contract plus a trap, this is full combo. Really nice. This card's really good. And lastly, Typhon. This comes up in like weird game states where you just have a bunch of big guys. Again, I think if I fought more branded, it would come up a lot more. This fairly standard extra deck. Usually people are playing a Zeus. I'm not a big fan of Zeus in this deck just because of how often you fiend lock yourself to make any play. But in theory, you can make it by using the Requiem under the Machinex. It's fine. I just don't like it.
Very, very nice. Let's see what's in the sideboard.
Sideboard, we got 3 Droll just to have against Vanadium. You need this card right now, or else you will just lose the combo in Rogue. I don't like playing it, but you know, it's good. We've got 3 Nib for the same reason. It's really good against specific matchups. It's good against Unchained, surprisingly, not surprisingly, and good against a lot of Rogue decks. You have like 2 auto loss matchups in this format. One of them being Tearlament. I'm playing 4 Bestials to account for that. I didn't fight any Tear, but I did play against a Dragon Link game 2 or game 1, and they were a powerhouse. I'm playing the 3-to-1 package. Usually against Unchained, I'm just putting these 3 in. I'm not usually putting this one in, and against Tear, I'll put all 4 in.
Makes sense.
We've got 2 Lightning Storm. This is for Rescue Ace. Usually it's pretty hard to bait them into doing a monster effect early because they know that if they play into Thrust, they are just fucked. So I like playing a lot of copies of the Spell Trap removal just in case, just so I can open it more often. And the last one, this is the other card that's a little sus in the deck, is Chalice. So the reasoning for this is that I really want to have an out to Dweller because Dweller will stop you where you sit. But I don't really like going -1 in the form of Droplet, because if they go Dweller in their draw phase to play around like a Tactics, because this pretty much every deck goes like it's going to be playing Thrust and Tactics. If they do it in the draw phase to play around Tactics, you can't Droplet them without going -1. So I'm trying out Chalice just to get around that. In theory, it does the same thing as Imperm. But if they decide to hold it for later in the turn until you activate a card in the graveyard, for example, this is a lot better in that situation. To me, it meets the best of both worlds. It has the advantages of Droplet, being able to put it in the draw phase, and it has the advantages of Imperm, making you not go -1. I'm trying it out. I think I like it a little bit better than Droplet at the moment.
Makes sense. Anything else you'd consider citing?
I always feel like I want more hand traps for hand trap matchups, but I feel like I just value hand traps too much as like a person. Math Mech Brain stack, talking right there.
Makes sense.
But I think the side and the main are really good. Yeah, I think the only matchup I lost was just a bricking, which
Happens.
it's just the deck, you know. Nothing you can do about that.
Well, thank you very much. Anyone else? Anyone you want to shout out before we
Yeah,
go?
give a shout out to Noah Peltier, Nathan Gerchak, and Dana Reynolds, my main homies who helped me, who got me into Yu-Gi-Oh and such. Shout out to Club Yu-Gi-Oh here every week. It's wonderful, very good. Come. And then we have a sponsor, right? We have
Yes,
a sponsor?
we do have a sponsor.
What's the sponsor, Aiden?
It's LVD Duel.
It's LVD Duels.
Yeah.
Go shop with them.
You can use discount code MSU10, or it's MSU YGO10.
MSU YGO 10.
Get 10% off your first order.
Shop there and mention us. I don't know what that means, but do it.
Okay.
Gotcha. That's all I got.
All right. Well, thank you very much, and we'll see you all duelists later.
See ya.